Hello friends and welcome to the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and in my continuing struggle, my continuing discussion for all things Separatist, I have to make another video about the 4 characters already in this game that need to be playable as Separatists. Now, I'm sure this video is going to spark some debate. It has already sparked debate amongst the people that I've talked to. Some completely agree with me, and some are like, you are an idiot. Why would you think that? Now, here are the 4 characters that are currently in game that we need to be able to play on the Separatist team. Now, first and foremost, obviously, and no one should disagree with me on this one unless you've never seen a Star War.
Here's some money. Go see a Star War.
Is the basic battle droid.
We're independent thinkers. Roger, 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 roger.
We have them in the game. Now, they're already coded. They already have a kit set up, but they're just not playable. They are NPCs. They are characters that we go up against. They are Toons that we fight against. And that's sad. I would love... I mean, that's the most basic of Separatist characters. I mean, we have a crazy ton of random... I mean, Newt Gunray. Now, granted, Newt Gunray is a very prominent member of the Separatist faction. You know, Chancellor of the Trade Federation or something to that extent. He's there. But why don't we have the one thing that every freaking general, every platoon had? Battle droids. They're in the game. Give them to us. I love the battle droids. They're not super funny in Phantom Menace or any of the movies, but in the Clone Wars, the slapsticky nature, I really enjoy them. Even for those of you who haven't seen it, Lego Freemakers, it's currently on Disney XD. It's a silly, stupid show, but it's a lot of fun.
What are you doing? We're not bounty hunters. I'm the most beloved member of a scrappy salvage team, and you're my rapscallion sidekick.
I would love to see those droids on a Separatist team. They're in the game. Just give them to us, please. Now, here is where all of this becomes controversial. We all know that the Separatists became the Separatist at the hands of Darth Sidious, right? They seceded from the Union or from the Republic because of a push from Sidious, right? And we have Sidious. I mean, he's a solid character. He's got a Zeta on him, but he is not someone that we can actually use as a Separatist. I mean, we can use him as a Sith, and he did play the part of a Sith with the Trade Federation, but he was more than that. He was the mastermind behind all of that. And when you don't call him a Separatist, I feel like you do his character a disservice, because he was the ultimate Separatist. Now, granted, he at the same time wasn't, because he wasn't really trying to get them to separate, because he didn't care about what their politics were. He wanted to cause a war that created confusion, that allowed him to take over, and all that Darth stuff. But he was definitely a Separatist. He was definitely part of the faction. Now, again, that's the first one. Everyone's going to disagree with me. I know it's going to happen. What do you think? But if Darth Sidious is going to be a Separatist, that obviously means that Darth Maul is also going to be a Separatist. Now, Maul's Separatist time, or time as a Separatist, is going to be short-lived. I mean, if you take the first movie, and again, spoiler alert, Maul dies at the end of the first movie. More of a spoiler alert, he comes back. When he comes back, he's not a Separatist. He becomes a Mandalorian, believe it or not. That's not a lie. That's not a lie. Watch Clone Wars. It's there. But what's interesting, though, is there was a time when he was a Separatist. He definitely fought against the Jedi with the Separatist faction. Now, he also fought against the Jedi with the Mandalorian faction. at least to some extent. And I just really feel that Darth Maul should be a Separatist. Now, yes, he was a Sith, and yes, in the movie, we don't really see him working with any of the Separatists. But there has to be more. Now, granted, in the extended canon, or the old canon that doesn't exist anymore, he clearly worked with the rest of the Separatists. He and Dooku had a thing, you know, he was a Separatist. He was part of the faction. Now, here is the final piece. Again, if Sidious is a Separatist, if Maul is a Separatist, then obviously Savage Opress is a Separatist. Now, granted, Savage Opress was more of a Separatist, a spy for the Night Sisters trying against the Separatists, which is a really cool story arc if you've ever wanted to watch it. It's Maul's story arc, or Savage's story arc, finding his brother, you know, betraying. It's really, really neat. And so, but he trained under Tyrannus. He trained under Count Dooku. And so he carried out work as a Separatist person.
My lord.
Is it finished?
Yes. The temple has been taken.
And the Jedi?
Dead.
That is canon, right? It cannot be disputed. But we do not have tags for those 3 characters. Now, granted, there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of lore between them. And I can totally see the counter argument against this. You know, Sidious, Separatist in name only. But if he's a Separatist in name only, give him the tag. It makes sense. If Maul is a Separatist only for 1 episode, or, I mean, I know that there's new canon, there's new comics that I haven't read yet, and I'm sure he's somehow involved in those. It makes sense for him to have that tag. Same thing with Savage. If Savage is really his only focus was to get revenge on the Separatist and to infiltrate the Separatist, then definitely he was still a Separatist. He was a spy for the Night Sisters, which is a whole nother thing, but still, and Maul also a Night Sister or Night Brother or whatever. That's a whole other can of worms that I feel we could go into in another video. But again, my point is they need to have it, right? They need to have that Separatist tag. And I'm not even going to spend any time in this video talking about what they would look like as Separatists. Either give us new characters that would be Separatists, or just give them the tag and tweak them a little bit to where they work with droids. There's more synergy there between those characters and the others. Or make it so where there's less synergy, but they're more powerful when they're still on a Separatist team. I don't know. But I would love to see those 4 characters entered into the game as playable characters. Now, in the next video, the next time I talk about the Separatist faction, I'm just going to go gung-ho and say these are all the characters that need to be added to the game as Separatists. Characters that aren't in the game, that should be added to the game, but that clearly have the role of Separatist. Now, those are the 4 characters that I think are already in the game. I know 3 of them are already in the game, and I'm confident the 4th one is already in the game, at least as an NPC. Give us these characters. Simple fix, just give us the tag and then rework the characters later. That would be sweet. I would love that. Now, what do you guys think? Let the debate begin, because I know that it is coming. Leave a comment in the section below, subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends who you think will disagree with me or who will agree with me. Let us have the conversation, right? Star Wars is all about community, and I love talking to you guys about this. Leave a comment in the section below. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.